Alright, hey, what's up, guys? It's me, HEKTIKONEZ.
iSuperMarvin.
And IgnoredMeerkat4.
Today we're going to be playing the Halo Reach campaign. It's going to be on Heroic. We're going to have 3 skulls on, but we're not going to really be talking about the gameplay. We're just going to be talking about stuff. More
Halo
specifically,
4.
Halo 4, yeah. What do you guys want to talk about? Or what do you have to say about it?
We're looking at it down.
Probably the most anticipated game for us right now.
It's looking like it might be the best game of the year award already.
I suppose. News about it. We have it's gonna be coming out November 6th. So that's pretty soon.
Well, I mean, everything in this game has been redone and just a total upgrade from Halo 3, as you can tell from the trailer. But it just looks like it could be one of those, one of those great games that, you continue to play, just like Call of Duty or, big franchise games like that. Even though Halo has already been like a huge franchise, but nonetheless, this game might just, blow you over the top.
Yeah. So
Let's talk about multiplayer.
multiplayer. Alright, well, they're kind of changing the whole layout. The medals are going to look different. Bloom's no longer going to be in effect, which I'm personally glad about.
What is Bloom?
Bloom is when you shoot and your aimer gets bigger. And it's not going to be there. It's going to be how you see right now on the screen. It's just going to stay like that. It's never going to change.
So there's no...
So your bullet curves.
So there's no recoil.
So there's technically it moves where it's not supposed to go.
So there's no recoil.
There will be recoil.
Okay,
yeah.
so there will be recoil. Just no sight difference.
Yes. And they're going to be new Spartans. Spartan 4s. They look pretty cool. What do you guys think?
I personally do not like their helmet. Their starter helmet, but of course they're gonna have different ones that you can buy later. And different armor, chests. Same as Halo 3 and Halo Reach.
Yeah, I personally think, like, it looks really nice right now, in my point of view. Like, it can only get better if you think about it. It's only going to look better. So, like, what is your take on that, iSuperMarvin?
Well, they're pretty much... They added so much detail to the armor. And then, if you look at the trailer, they show... they even add detail to such things as the Warhog. And then, they redid everything. Master Chief's Spartan suit. Completely different. Everything's just gonna look better.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm just saying, like, do you think the armor in the multiplayer is gonna look better? Like, that's my.
I have a feeling that the armor will be looking better. It's obviously gonna have more details into it, and it's just maybe they'll come up with something nice.
Cause like how games, you got something so good to start with, like. In Halo 4, this armor looks great, you know what I mean? Like, people are talking about it, raving about it. But it's like, how can you make that armor better? How can you add so much to it? Like Halo Reach, per se, includes tons of armor, tons of armor that you can customize your guy in multiplayer. It's just like, how are you supposed to make that better, Halo 4? What is it going to be like? Is it going to be like horns on the helmet or something? Like, something crazy like that, It just keeps you guessing.
Brand new ideas for armor pieces.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, because they've released this footage so early on, you think about that now because of when you look back at Halo Reach, you see so much, even though it's a totally different creators, which is Halo 4 is being remade by
343 Industries. They made Halo Waypoint. I have a feeling they'll do a good job with the game. And
so far it looks great. Those are trailers.
Yeah, I believe they'll live up to Bungie standards. Not make a fool of a great game. What about armor abilities? What do you guys think on that?
I love the fact that sprint is a default now.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Because as some people have said before, they feel like other armor abilities haven't been used as much just because we want sprint full time.
Exactly. I mean, you're a ton man in a steel armor that weighs about a ton. You know what I mean? How can you not expect to have a sprint ability already on there? You know what I mean? That was kind of, a very big setback in Halo Reach, I think, per se. You know what I mean? Like, how would you want to walk around the whole time? Come on now. When you have one armor ability and walk around the rest of the time. That kind of that kind of decreased the multiplayer play because you get killed so much because you can get around corners. It wasn't like a marine type base, which is what Spartans are. They're Marines. You know what I mean? They're the future soldier. So, but that's how I look at it.
Well, I believe that if sprint was never in the game, it would just be normal because that's how Halo 3 was. Halo 3 didn't have armor abilities. You just went the same speed as everybody else.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, it would just feel normal. The added sprint does make it seem better. Or at least quicker matches. More strategy planned and all that.
Yeah, I agree with that. You're right, because Halo has never been a franchise to where you sprint, you know what I mean? Halo is just, a straight, futuristic type of, alien warfare type of game. And it's not like sprint was ever a big thing until Halo Reach. So I guess, you just see something so new that changes the game up so much, you want more of it, you know what I mean? That's what I think sprint was, something that was new that people are so used to seeing in every other game. Any other game, you're human or whatever, and you're sprinting. That's just automatic thing. And then for it to come up in Halo, you expect more of it.
Yeah. So, let's see. We talked about armor abilities. What about the campaign? What do you guys think about the campaign?
It's picking up after Halo 3. You know that, right?
Legendary ending.
Legendary ending. I did not play the legendary, so.
The legendary ending. It was good. If you haven't seen it, look it up. I don't know.
You don't want to spoil it. You don't want to spoil it.
True.
But I mean, if you haven't seen it by now, I don't know what you're doing.
They'll most likely do a thing where you can
show it
pick it
or
up.
something.
Yeah, like
Right. Yeah. I was playing Prototype 2 the other day, and that game had where they actually showed a clip of the first one. They showed like a little 30-second clip.
Like a background.
Yeah, like a background check if you didn't play the first game.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they do something like that because you had to literally beat the game on Legendary just to see the Legendary ending. So most people are probably Halo lovers, even though if you're a Halo lover, you're most likely to beat on Legendary. But most people that have gotten away from
normal,
that beat Halo 3 didn't like Halo Reach, so they got away from the game. You never know. They may have never beat it on Legendary. They're gonna be lost. Like, what? Why is he alive?
Yeah,
what
so
happened?
I'll pick up like a little video at the beginning would be
Right, because
perfect.
they haven't showed. I mean, except for one video releasing that he's alive, that Master Chief is alive. They haven't released any video, any type of, info really related to the campaign.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So we
that's
can't talk much about that because
how he is alive, what he's gonna do now.
where is he gonna be at? I mean, they haven't really released any map.
Oh, enemies, they were redone, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know.
Oh yes, the enemies look very nice.
No.
They look savage. Not so.
What do you would think of Elite would look like for such a grunt? Look pretty good.
Yeah, more creative, I suppose. Instead of the same old way for all three matches or games. My bad. Let's see. Talked about campaign, firefight.
Well, no, there won't be any firefight. There will be the new game mode.
It's called Spartan Ops.
Yes, Spartan Ops.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it's. Yeah, that's what it's.
yeah. There you go. Spartan Ops. Yes. No.
It's supposed to be up to.
I want to say it was a different name.
No, it was
No,
Spartan.
it was Spartan Ops.
I remember that. Game Informed. I always talk about that. You know that guy.
Yeah. So we don't know about too much of this Spartan Ops. All right. Let's see. Do you know something, Aaron?
Oh well, no. I was just. It's been confirmed that it's gonna be up to four Spartans. Four player multiplayer. The Spartan Ops. It'll be 4-player multiplayer, and it'll actually be a twist on the missions of campaign. So it's gonna be like Ops, what you see on Call of Duty. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Spec Ops, and such, etc. It's gonna be like that, where they put a twist on the missions and stuff. So it'll be kind of interesting what they put a twist on for these missions in Halo, because you know what I mean. Because Halo's so much different than Call of Duty or anything like that. Like, what are they gonna incorporate, like a point system and stuff? Like, how are they gonna do it, like campaign points, or you know what I mean, where whoever has to get the highest out of your friends or something, like what type of missions. It'll be different missions, or we'll see what it's like. Or it'll be the same old generic bullshit where they put the same old, you know, stuff where you just go around killing however many enemies in like a numerous amount of time, you know. That
firefight
stuff, like fire, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
They just put in.
I think they were trying to
something different.
Because firefight is kind of boring. Not a lot of people play it. So I think that's why they're getting rid of it and then putting Spec Ops in it. Spartan Ops.
It lasted good in ODST, but other than that, I don't think it didn't deserve to be in Reach and stuff. It was okay at the beginning of Reach, but you know, it gets repetitive. So much stuff gets repetitive, you know.
Do anything about challenges? Like daily challenges, weekly challenges?
Challenges, I believe they didn't say anything about challenges. We should probably say, well...
We hope there are.
Yeah, we hope there are.
Help you level up faster.
Yeah. Leveling up. Didn't they change that? Isn't it like you just earn... Oh, well, it's kind of the same thing, actually. Never mind.
There's a different point system now, right? I want to say.
Like, as in...
Oh, I think an interesting fact before we continue on to that was, Adrian, I think you should tell them about how in Halo Reach you can actually set daily challenges, custom challenges for yourself and your teammates. Would you mind explaining on that?
Oh, in Halo Reach? Alright, yeah, if you go to halo.xbox.com, that's like 343's website, and you can go on there, you sign in using, you know,
your email from the
yeah, your email and password on your gamer tag. And if you go to the challenges tab, you can actually set your custom challenges, and you get experience from it, and it can help you rank up faster in Halo Reach. So that's like a little fun fact if you didn't know. Back to Halo 4. What about the HUD? They changed the HUD.
Oh, that's true. The HUD looks nice. I like the HUD.
We could see from some gameplay that was released that there would be four different grenade types.
4 types of grenades. We know 2, just the plasma grenade and the regular hand grenade.
Those are back here.
The other 2 grenades are unknown. They could be the incendiary or the spike grenade, but we don't know. It doesn't look like it, but we're not sure.
Yeah, we don't know what that'll be yet. But the new HUD looks nice, and they confirmed the design of the new BR and design of what other gun was it? The other than the BR, there was only 2 guns. There was 2, right? Or was it just the BR?
I think it was just the BR.
Might have just the BR. Well, yeah. Well, then they confirmed. Excuse me. They confirmed the new design of the battle rifle, and it looks nice. The scope was more box shape. I feel like they added they made it more futuristic now, because if you look back at the BR, it had more of a basic, a more basic look to it. Even though it had that futuristic, how the hologram is inside it of your ammo capability, capacity, whatever it's called. Capacity. Excuse me, and the scope was more, round like a real scope too. Now it's more box shape, more square shape, to where it's more futuristic. You know what I mean? So still 3 bursts, still 3 round bursts.
36 clip.
Recoil is increased though, right?
Yes, they said that there will be no bloom, but there will be an increase in the recoil on the BR. So that's different.
I want to say, wasn't it going to be different for every gun? Like different guns have, or they respond differently to recoil. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. Like, each gun has its own recoil. Shotguns have like huge recoil. Pistols have like little and all that. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that'd be interesting to know. So they have a couple of new different type of guns. They have like the, what is it? Assault carbine, I want to say, is a new one.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
And like the needle carbine or something. I don't know. They have new weapons. Some are coming back. Some are not, I want to say.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, they were removed.
I personally want the brute shot back, but that's just me. You guys want any? Yeah, never mind.
No, well, I believe what he meant to say, what he meant to ask is there any, certain guns that we would like to see come back to Halo 4, back to maybe back in re-graphicked and like redesigned and but the same ability, the same effects. Like any guns that we want to see come back to Halo 4 is what you're asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, in my favor, I would like to see the Needler come back. Which most likely it probably will be.
It's been in almost every
right. It's
Halo
in
game.
every Halo game. Pretty much.
It's got its own achievement.
Right. That's just how good the gun is to me. I used to hate it, but I've grown to be a fan of it. Just the explosion capability it has, and it's a nice gun. I like the color. I like the spikes that come out of it. I feel like if they made it like a carbine, like a Needler carbine, that's a good idea right there. That. Something I just thought of on the spot. How about that?
Well, they already have something like that.
Oh, well then, goddamn.
The needle rifle.
Well, the needle, but it doesn't have the spikes coming out of it.
Well, it shoots spikes. It shoots spikes.
Yeah, but imagine the spikes on top, like.
Like a visual effect.
Yeah, the visual effects. I mean,
right.
Maybe a little bit more damage because it just looks, it looks better. So obviously, it'd have a little bit more damage.
All right, guys. Let's see.
How long?
Oh, this have a while actually.
Marvin's take on a new weapon.
I personally, I don't have much experience with Halo 3. I only played it for a little bit, so I don't. And this was a while ago, so I don't remember many of the weapons. I know the BR, and I heard it's gonna be really good. And we know the sniper rifle is still there. And then pistol. There's a new pistol, isn't it?
Yeah, there is a new pistol.
New pistol. So I just can't wait to see what new weapons that come out.
Yeah, that's always a big surprise for like every video game. But no, I was more asking towards what gun would you like to see come back, come into Halo 4, maybe redesign, like like I said.
I want to try the BR, to be honest.
Yeah, it just looks nice to you.
Yeah.
So far, yeah. I mean that is like a fan favorite pretty much. But
yes, I personally like the BR. It's my
Adrian
favorite.
loves the BR.
It's nice to see that the 3-arm burst is coming back. Because the single fire.
Well, the DMR will also be in new Halo 4.
I like the DMR. Either one of those two guns I want to play with. Probably the BR will be the first one I try.
Well, yeah, I mean it just to see like the new sound effects that they'll have too. I hope they they talked about that too. The music that they're adding to it. And, Halo's always had that type of epic sound to it. They've always tried to add that experience. Try to get you in. Try to grasp you into the Halo.
Even the guns are changing gun sounds. They have recording their own gun sounds. Everything's pretty much getting changed and improved.
Yeah.
From past Halos.
If you're a person that never liked Halo, never was a fan, you're a person that never was a Halo player, this is the time to join. This is the time to get into it. This is the time to start your Halo career, per se.
Alright, this is mission 1 of 9. We'll be playing through the whole campaign. Thanks for watching, and I'll let you two take the rest.
This is iSuperMarvin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.
This is IgnoredMeerkat4 signing out. Comment, rate, subscribe. Peace out.